Hi guys, as promised, I'm back with Navigating Self-Publishing Platforms, a guide for aspiring authors. So in my last video, I mentioned that I'll be doing a rundown or a review of the four most popular self-publishing platforms. So I'm here today to give you that information. So let's get started. Again, my name is Carlene, and I am the founder and CEO of the Self-Published Connection, where we help individuals tell their stories through self-publishing. So we're here to talk about four most top popular self-publishing platforms that aspiring authors, even authors in the Caribbean, can access and publish their works. So let's start with number one, and that is Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing, or Amazon KDP as it's most popularly known. So with that platform, it is a powerhouse in the self-publishing industry. I mean, come on, you think Amazon shopping, and this is another venture that Amazon took on to help individuals to get their stories out to the world. So let's just jump right into the pros of Amazon. So it's free to use, right? And it's easy to set up. No upfront costs, make it easily accessible for beginners, right? So again, Amazon shopping, you think about it, it's a massive marketplace where individuals, billions of people all over the world go to shop every year, and your book will be one of the books listed on the Amazon platform that potentially can be seen by one of those or multiple customers, and then they'll be able to make purchases of your book. They offer ebook, which is digital format, and they also offer print in either paperback or hardcover. Another benefit of Amazon KDP is their royalties. So for ebooks, you can choose between 35%. You're saying 35% doesn't sound very much, but consider the fact that if you choose a 35% royalty rate, then you can price your ebook a little bit higher. But most persons go with the other royalty rate of 70% and cap their ebooks at $9.99. That's US dollars. And for paperback, they currently offer a 60% royalty returns on print books, paperback or hardcover, as long as your books are $9.99 and above. If your books are listed below $9.99, then they will give you a 50% royalty rate. And that is something that is coming into effect in June of this year, 2025. So if any of your books are listed below $9.99, then you need to jump right on Amazon and make that change to $9.99 in order for you to keep collecting royalty rates of 60%. Amazon also provides tools, built-in tools for promotions and tracking sales for your books. So it's valuable for marketing your book, where they offer you an Amazon Author Central where you can put a profile of yourself. They offer you A+ content where you can give a preview of your book. They also offer Amazon ads where you can run sponsored ads for your book right there on the Amazon KDP platform. And you can update your manuscripts and your cover anytime at no cost. No cost to update your manuscript and your cover. Just ensure that you maintain the same title, and the information, the content that is there, it's pretty much around this the same information that you had before, right? So if you're making an update to it, don't go too off topic, because if you're going to go too off topic, it would make better sense for you to do a new book completely. All right, so you're saying, what are some of the cons to Amazon? The pros sound great, but what are the cons? What are the drawbacks, right? Of course, it has limited design customization. So, of course, an ebook is an ebook. There's no customization really for that. But as it pertains to print books, so you have a physical book in your hand, paperback, or you can have it case laminate, which is hardcover. But that's pretty much it. There's no spiral binding. There is no, like, when you do the journals and you can have the ribbons in it, or you can have the elastic bands over it. They don't offer that for your books. So if you wanted to do a journal with those features, then you may need to look at one of the other platforms that I will mention here on this video. All right. They do not offer, those dust jackets that you get with like hardcover books mostly, where you can have it's like a covering to the book itself, like a protective thing. Amazon doesn't offer that for hardcover books. Another thing, again, pro and a con, you can consider it. The marketplace is very competitive. So you have to be strategic in how you position your book on that platform. You have to ensure that you're solving a problem for someone, and then you properly do your marketing, let your marketing be on point so that you can get people to come, get reviews, and persons to purchase your book organically. That is the aim. Another thing is that the exclusivity requirements. So if you wanted to use, of course, an ebook, they offer promotional packages for ebooks as well, or promotional, what would I say, not a package necessarily, but a promotional option for ebooks specifically, where you can do either a free book giveaway or you can do a Kindle countdown deal. Now, in order to do a free book or a Kindle countdown deal, you need to be enrolled in Kindle Select. Right. So if you go into KDP Select or Kindle Select, then you have to exclusively publish your ebook to Amazon for at least a 90-day period, which is the time in which that program runs. It can be renewed each 90 days, and it will renew automatically unless you put a stop to it. But if you do have your book enrolled in KDP Select, then you cannot publish that ebook anywhere else. And of course, you can consider this while they offer authors the opportunity to purchase their books directly from them at just the print cost plus delivery. It does take up to 10 business days for them to ship. So you may need to consider that when you are going to purchase your author copies, right? If you're doing it in a rush, if you have a book launch deadline, consider those factors before you go ahead and make the purchase that way. Some of the requirements for publishing on Amazon. So for a PDF, for a print book, you would need to do a PDF print document for both the cover and strongly recommended for the interior as well. For ebooks, you can either use an EPUB file, a KPF, which is a file produced by Kindle Create, which is a software provided by Amazon, or you can use Word document to upload your interior for your ebooks. But you need to ensure that it's properly formatted to meet their specifications, because if it is not, your book will reject, and you will need to ensure that you fix these things before you can go forward. And of course, you need a valid tax and information. So they offer the opportunity for persons to which country has a tax treaty with them, for them to get discounts, because Amazon withhold taxes. Of course, for obvious reasons. They're a large company, and they will need to pay over taxes to the IRS in the US, and therefore they withhold taxes from your book, 30%. But if you're in a country that has a treaty with the US, then that withholding tax can be reduced based on the percentage that your country um, has agreed with the US for. So yes, Jamaican and Caribbean authors can publish their books directly on Amazon through Amazon KDP and have it for sale on Amazon. And you will, of course, need a bank account to be connected to the Amazon platform in order for you to collect your royalties that we mentioned before. And you can either use your local bank account. I know for Jamaicans, you can use a local bank account, or you can use Payoneer, which is a virtual bank account. And you would use your TRN number or your tax identification number in order for you to claim those tax treaty benefits. It is recommended for most authors. So the beginner author can get their books on Amazon, right? You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to have written 25 books. You can get your book, your first book out, you can get it on Amazon. That's simple, right? Because it's not very technical and it has a large target audience, international, because it's available in like 12 different countries, Amazon. So you can, and people from different places all over the world can shop on Amazon, right? So you just need to consider that when you're moving forward. The next on our list, jumping right into number 2, draft to digital, or D2D, as it is popularly called. I'm not sure if a lot of you know about this one, but this draft to digital is an excellent choice for authors looking to distribute their ebooks widely across various platforms. So, what are the pros for draft to digital? Wide distribution. It allows for you to select the platforms on which you would like your book to be published. You can reach platforms like Apple Books, Kobo, Barnes and Noble, among many others. It allows for you to publish also on Amazon. So if you did not have your book going through KDP and you want to go through draft to digital, then they do have the option where they can put your book on Amazon. But if your book is already listed on Amazon, you don't want to select this choice to put it on Amazon, all right? It's excellent formatting tools to help you format your ebook. So you can put your Word document on the platform and it will convert it to an EPUB file that you can either use on draft to digital or you can use it on another platform. Right. There are no upfront fees to publish your book, but they do take a cut of your royalties, and that's a 10% commission that they take on each book that is sold. And their partners also that they distribute the books to, they may also take a part of it. So you need to keep that in mind when you're thinking about draft to digital, and do your research to know exactly how much money you will be able to make using that platform. And I think I mentioned this just now, that you can use the EPUB file elsewhere. You don't have to stay on D2D in order to utilize the EPUB file. They offer that service. Some of the cons. While they do offer print book service, that is still in beta, so it's limited in its options right now, compared to KDP or one of the other ones that I'll mention going forward. The royalties are 45% minus the print cost if it's a print book, or 60% for ebooks. And this is based on their distribution partners. There's a minimum threshold for payments, so you can utilize Payoneer on this platform as well, or you can do a wire transfer setup, but there is a minimum payment threshold that you need to meet going forward in order to get your money from draft to digital. I mean, for Amazon, if you do select Payoneer, there is no minimum. As soon as the money becomes available, they send that over to Payoneer. But if you're using your local bank account, there is a $100 minimum that you need to acquire or accumulate before they make that transfer out. So publishing requirements for D2D. A clean Word document or an ebook file. That's it. The book, metadata, and the cover. So very simple. It's also beginner friendly, in my opinion, at least, that you can go ahead and get your book published on D2D. Jamaican and Caribbean authors can publish on the platform. Again, using Payoneer to facilitate royalty payments, or if you want to go the wire transfer route, or if you have a US bank account, you can go ahead and utilize it as well. No problem. And $20, you need to accumulate $20 before they pay out to your Payoneer account. It's recommended for authors wanting a broader ebook distribution beyond Amazon. Because when you do your ebook on Amazon, there's no expanded distribution for ebooks. It's just going to be on Amazon. But if you want your ebook to go elsewhere, you can consider draft to digital for that option. And we're going to go into the third most popular self-publishing platform, Ingram Spark. So Ingram Spark has a robust options for those seeking extensive print distribution, and is ideal for reaching bookstores and libraries, right? So this is the connect to bookstores and libraries, Ingram Spark. You can use this one if you're considering or you're thinking that your book is best suited for educational purposes. You can think about Ingram Spark. Some of the pros for Ingram Spark. So it's wide print distribution, ideal for bookstores and libraries. It offers hardcover options. So it provides a very professional looking book. It's free to publish your book on Ingram Spark. And author copies ship in 5 days, ship directly to Jamaica. Of course, you know, they're going to have to consider the delivery fees or the shipping fees to Jamaica for that. Some of the cons for Ingram Spark. Yeah, I'm not wasting time. I'm just getting through these 4 platforms as quickly as possible. So some of the cons. It's more complex. The interface is more complex and may require a learning curve, right? There is a returns policy where individuals need to select that return option for the Ingram Spark platform. So say, for example, a bookstore or a library, you know, they take your books and the books are not moving, or let's say a bookstore, take your books and the books are not selling as quickly as they would like. They would like the option to return those books to Ingram Spark or to you, the author, but they will return it through Ingram Spark. So it is suggested that you offer that possibility for these bookstores to be able to return. Of course, it can be negatively impactful on your independent publishing business because the options to return are they're going to cost you. They're going to cost you for you to return. For them to return the books, they're going to cost you. So if items are returned, you may be charged. And there are 2 ways that you can be charged. One, you can return or request or allow for bookstores to return your books directly to Ingram Spark, and it will be at a cost as it pertains to the cost to print the books. And what Ingram will do is to destroy the books once they are returned to them. There is also the option for them to return the books to Ingram and Ingram return the books to you. But that will come at an additional cost. So you still pay the cost for the print, and also you pay the cost for the shipping to return those books to you. So you need to bear that in mind when you're considering Ingram Spark. Another thing, it doesn't have a storefront. So unlike Amazon, you can't really go on to search for the book on Ingram. Like, an individual can't really go on and do that. They are catered to bookstores and libraries. It's not for so it's not for individual purchases. There is also a revision fee. So if your book is on Ingram Spark for more than 60 days, they will charge you a US $25 fee to make any revisions, whether to your interior or to your cover. So bear that in mind. They do not offer free ISBNs. I did not mention this previously. I think I forgot it for the first two, but Amazon offers free ISBNs and Draft Digital offers free ISBNs as well. But ISBNs are only offered on Ingram Spark to US customers or US publishers, not to persons outside of the US. So you need to, although I do always recommend that you purchase your ISBN nonetheless to utilize on these platforms. And you must select a discount for wholesale purchases. So if a bookstore is going to come and purchase your book from Ingram, say they're going to take 50 copies, they are looking for a discount on purchasing those 50 copies. So you will need to set up that discount on the back end so that it's an automatic thing when bookstores come to purchase your books from Ingram. So the publishing requirements for Ingram Spark. You must purchase your ISBN as long as you're outside of the US. But I'm speaking to Jamaicans and Caribbean authors. So yes, you will purchase your ISBN. You purchase that ISBN for Jamaicans through the National Library, and you can do so in your respective countries at the designated agency. And it's very high print quality, so you need to ensure that your files that you're providing to them are high quality print PDF files, right? So you need to ensure that you're doing the best job of getting your books ready for Ingram Spark. So of course, Jamaicans, Caribbean individuals can publish your books on Ingram. You need to consider the ISBN purchase and the print quality or the print readiness of your books when you're doing that. And they allow for payment set up through PayPal or wire transfer. So I didn't see a Payoneer option on there, so you may need to consider that as well. So if you don't have a PayPal, you're going to have to choose the wire transfer option. That's just that. It's recommended for authors looking for bookstores or academic distribution. So again, if your books are textbooks, those type of books that are that are content rich, you're looking to Ingram Spark to distribute to bookstores and libraries. Okay. And last, but certainly not least, is Lulu. Lulu is a versatile platform best suited for creators of niche books or non-traditional formats. So let's jump right into the pros. Print on demand as all the other platforms and various binding options. They do hardcovers, they allow for spiral binding, they do saddle stitch, and of course they do the perfect binding. It supports both digital and print products, making it great for calendars, planners, and workbooks that you want to get done on that platform. It integrates with Shopify, Wix, WooCommerce, so you can sell using their API to sell directly from your website. So you set up your website, you connect Lulu's API to it. The persons can come on your website, make a purchase, that order goes to Lulu, Lulu does the printing and shipping it out. That, of course, may take some time to get to your customers. So you need to consider that option because you're not in the US, so it's going to take a lot more time for you to get to your customers in the Caribbean. And it is also free to publish your book on their platform. Of course, again, recommended for you to get your ISBN, although they do allow ISBNs for certain type of books. Some of the cons, it's not as user-friendly. The interface is not as user-friendly as KDP or even D2D. It's less visible, and the marketplace is not as high-reaching or far-reaching as KDP, right? Or even the D2D option where they publish to, Kobo, Apple Books, etc. Although Lulu does offer global distribution, which would allow for your books to go out on Ingram and all those people. However, you would need to make a purchase of a proof copy before they will allow for you to do global distribution from Lulu. And the royalties vary based on your region. So you're doing your books, US, UK, the EU, and I think Canada are the options that they have on the platform. They also have their bookstore, so you can utilize their bookstore option, but again, not as far reaching as Amazon. Publishing requirements: print ready PDFs as usual, or as mostly required for most of the platforms. And ISBN, you utilize your own, or you can get one from them. Yes, Jamaicans and Caribbean authors can access Lulu. They work with PayPal and wire transfer. Recommended for creators of niche books or non-traditional formats. So if you want to do a planner, if you're a planner or a journal type of person, you're saying, okay, yes, you can get it done on KDP, but you're saying, all right, maybe I want to get a little bit of spiral binding up in there, and I want to do some calendars maybe, and you can get that spiral bound through Lulu. You can jump on that platform. One of the cons, though, is that it's a little bit more costly to print as an author from that platform. So you need to pay attention to that. Do your research, do your research, do your research. So my overall recommendation for these publishing platforms is KDP, top platform for print, books, visibility, simplicity, and the global reach. And if you're looking at your ebooks, I recommend D2D, draft to digital, because it has an excellent alternative for a wider reach for your ebooks. Again, accessing Kobo, Apple Books, Barnes & Noble, and so many more that are on the platform. So whether you're aiming for a global audience or targeting specific markets, understanding these platforms will help you make informed decisions and enhance your self-publishing journey. Again, if you need the full guide, you can download my self-publishing starter kit with the link, using the link below in the description to grab that copy. You get the full guide, you get a comparison side-by-side sheet, and you also get a publishing checklist, a self-publishing checklist that you can utilize to run through some of the things that you need to consider when you are going to publish your book. I also have an ebook on my platform, Unlock Amazon Self-Publishing. So if you're thinking about Amazon and you want to say, okay, let me go ahead with Amazon, you can jump on my website, grab a copy of that ebook, and you can run through all the details as it pertains to what you will need to publish on Amazon KDP. It gives you resources. It tells you It gives you a breakdown of KDP, the process, royalties, pricing strategies, all of those things. So you can jump on my platform and get it right now. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment in the comment section below if you need me to expand or provide any further information on these publishing platforms. Also, I have a webinar coming up on May 31st at 6 p.m. Jamaica time. It's free, so you can jump on the link down below, sign up for the webinar, and we'll see each other on May 31st. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.